Imagine standing on a rocky Greek shoreline in 480 BC, the air thick with fear, salt, and smoke. Across the narrow straits, the sea itself seems to groan under the weight of history. Hundreds upon hundreds of Persian warships darken the horizon, their sails like the wings of a colossal beast. This is the greatest naval force the ancient world has ever assembled, sent by the mightiest empire on earth. Facing it is a smaller, fractured Greek fleet, low on resources but burning with defiance. What unfolds next at the Battle of Salamis will determine not only the survival of Greece, but the future path of Europe itself. The Persian Empire under King Xerxes was vast beyond imagination. It stretched from the Indus Valley to Egypt, from Central Asia to the Aegean coast. Kingdom after kingdom had fallen before Persian armies, absorbed into a system that demanded loyalty, tribute, and obedience. Xerxes inherited this immense power from his father Darius the Fair, whose earlier attempt to subdue Greece ended in humiliation at Marathon. That defeat haunted the Persian court. Xerxes did not come merely to conquer territory. He came to avenge Persian pride and crush Greek resistance forever. The invasion of Greece was overwhelming. Persian engineers bridged the Hellespont. Supply lines stretched across continents. Ancient historians exaggerated numbers. But even conservative estimates suggest hundreds of thousands of soldiers and thousands of ships. Greek city-states, fiercely independent and often hostile to one another, suddenly faced extinction. Many surrendered. Others hesitated. Only a determined minority chose resistance, knowing full well the cost could be annihilation. On land, Persia advanced with terrifying momentum. Northern Greece collapsed. The heroic stand of King Leonidas and his Spartans at Thermopylae delayed the Persian army, buying precious time but ending in death and betrayal. With Thermopylae lost, the road to central Greece lay open. Athens was evacuated, then burned. Temples were destroyed. Sacred statues were smashed. To many Greeks, the war seemed already decided. Xerxes believed the same. He had seen his army march unopposed through Greece, scattering resistance like dust. Yet the Greeks still possessed one final weapon that Persia could not fully control: the sea. At the center of this desperate gamble stood Themistocles of Athens, a politician, strategist, and master manipulator. Years before the invasion, he had persuaded Athenians to use newfound silver wealth to build a powerful navy of triremes. His rivals accused him of paranoia and ambition, but Themistocles understood something critical. Athens' survival depended not on walls or hoplites alone, but on mastery of the sea. Greek naval power, however, was fragile. The fleet was an alliance, not a unified force. Spartans commanded by tradition. Athenians supplied most ships, and Corinthian and Aeginetan crews added strength but also tension. Discipline was uneven. Supplies were limited. Morale wavered as news of Persian victories spread. Worse still, the Persian navy outnumbered them significantly and included experienced sailors from Phoenicia, Cyprus, and Egypt. A direct engagement in open waters would have been catastrophic. Themistocles understood this reality with brutal clarity. Victory would require cunning, deception, and terrain. He chose the narrow Straits of Salamis as the battlefield, a confined passage where Persian numbers would become a liability instead of an advantage. In tight waters, large fleets lost cohesion. Speed, coordination, and knowledge of currents mattered more than sheer size. To force the battle on his terms, Themistocles played a dangerous game. He secretly sent a message to Xerxes through a trusted slave, claiming that the Greek alliance was collapsing and that many ships planned to flee that very night. If the Persians acted quickly, he promised, they could destroy the Greek fleet completely. Xerxes, eager for total victory, accepted the bait without hesitation. During the night, Persian ships moved to block the straits, cutting off Greek escape routes. By dawn, retreat was impossible. Greek commanders argued fiercely, but Themistocles had achieved his goal. There would be battle, and it would be here. As the sun rose over Salamis, the sea became a stage for chaos and destiny. Persian ships advanced in dense formations, their commanders struggling to maintain order in unfamiliar narrow waters. Oars collided. Signals were lost. Confusion rippled through the fleet. Then, with disciplined precision, the Greek triremes surged forward. Bronze rams slammed into Persian hulls. Wood splintered. Ships capsized. Greek crews backed water, turned sharply, and struck again. Persian sailors, many unable to swim and weighed down by armor, drowned in panic-filled waters. The narrow straits turned the Persian fleet into its own worst enemy, as ships crashed into one another, blocking movement and spreading terror. Greek knowledge of local winds and currents proved decisive. They attacked from angles the Persians could not anticipate. Coordination replaced chaos on one side while chaos devoured the other. Courage surged among the Greeks, fueled by desperation and the certainty that defeat meant enslavement. From a hill overlooking the straits, Xerxes watched the battle unfold from a golden throne. He had ordered scribes to record the names of commanders who distinguished themselves. Instead, they recorded disaster. One by one, Persian ships burned, sank, or fled. The greatest navy in the world was being dismantled before his eyes. By midday, the outcome was undeniable. The Persian fleet was shattered. Survivors retreated in disarray. The sea was littered with wreckage and bodies, a floating monument to imperial overreach. Aeschylus, who fought in the battle, later described the waters as choked with death and despair. Salamis was more than a tactical defeat. It was a psychological catastrophe for Persia. Xerxes feared that the Greeks might now destroy the bridges across the Hellespont, trapping his army in Europe. To preserve his empire, he withdrew much of his force back to Asia, leaving a reduced army to continue the campaign. The following year, Persian land forces were crushed at Plataea, ending the invasion. The victory at Salamis reshaped history. It preserved the independence of Greek city-states, allowing Athenian democracy to mature. It protected a cultural environment where philosophy, science, drama, and political thought could flourish. Without Salamis, there might have been no Socrates questioning authority, no Plato shaping political ideals, no Aristotle laying foundations of logic and science. The intellectual heritage that influenced Rome, the Renaissance, and the modern world traces back to survival in those narrow waters. This does not mean Persia lacked civilization or wisdom. The Persian Empire was administratively sophisticated and culturally tolerant, but it ruled through centralized imperial authority. Greek society, argumentative and unstable, thrived on local autonomy and open debate. Salamis ensured that this experiment survived long, enough to influence humanity forever. The battle also delivered a timeless lesson. Strategy can defeat overwhelming power. Numbers alone do not guarantee victory. Geography, intelligence, morale, and leadership matter just as much. Themistocles' triumph became a blueprint for future underdogs, facing empires across history. Today, the waters around Salamis appear calm and ordinary. Ferries cross peacefully. The shoreline whispers nothing of blood or fire. Yet beneath those quiet waves lies a turning point of civilization, where freedom survived against impossible odds. If a single sea battle could decide the destiny of continents, was the Battle of Salamis the moment Europe was truly saved? If this story moved you, like the video, share it with fellow history lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more epic moments that shaped our world.